Tell the elders to come themselves. Did he really say that? Go and deliver the message. Your era is over. Yes, that's right. I can't bring myself to say just that. How dare that young fool? Even the poisoned phoenix had to be cautious in our presence. His might actually be good. He hasn't been officially recognized as the branch leader yet. It's enough to question his attitude and strip him of his qualifications. Let's go to the Stealth and Poisons Hall, as he suggested. We need to assess his capabilities. The warriors that are waiting outside, listen. Grand Elder's Direct Command Troop, prepare now to move to the Stealth and Poisons Hall. Second Elder's Troop of Integrity. Fourth Elder's Venomous Sword Troop, follow the Elders as instructed. Fifth Elder's Shadow Troop. Master of the Blue Dragon. You called for me. Lead the Blue Dragon Force and follow behind. As commanded. He dares to challenge the authority of the Council of Elders and behave insolently. Show that rascal what reality truly is. Who the master of the Tang family truly is. What is this? Did you really think the King of Darkness, Tang Jiukui, won the Tang family successor competition? Yes, you heard right. I sensed his uniqueness even as a child. But now his aura is incomparably stronger. My sister would be pleased. You won. The competition? Poison King Tang Jihyuk, father of Tang Munshan. You really think you could win the competition? It would be good if you just survived. After the competition, I will make sure that you and your mother pay for what happened to my son Munshan's arm. It might not even take 4 years. You definitely said that. You should be careful with every word and deed while staying at the Tang house. He has been holding a grudge. Is Tang Yeonmyeong here, the son of the Poison Phoenix? There are things you might want to ask, but everything can be settled later. Truly, is he the son of that person? If that's true, it was all because of the conflict with Heaven's Brilliance Demon Lord targeting the Poison Phoenix. The warriors of the Tang family fought with their lives, and although our vigor was equal, the resistance from them was stronger than expected. Have you not finished yet? Release them. They keep pushing forward, disregarding even our poison techniques, and risking death. I requested support from the elders to counter the intensified attacks of Heaven's Brilliance Demon Lord. If we fall too, the family will inevitably face destruction. It wasn't accepted. If they had even given their forces, we could have reduced the damage. Yet, those shameless people blamed everything on Poison Phoenix after everything ended. You almost destroyed the family. If we had just followed Heaven's Brilliance Demon's intentions, we could have avoided damage. Unable to step onto the battlefield, accepting deposition from the position of head elder despite the injustice. It must have been to protect the young lord under her care. You must have also noticed who the current master the child is of. To us, who failed to fulfill our roles that day, it's as if another chance has come our way. This time we must. Stop. Up. This voice is, well, let's go out and see. Honor guards, do you really think you can defy the Elder Council and safeguard? Where is Tang Yeonmyeong? As the young master predicted, all the elders appeared. I didn't expect that their own forces would also be mobilized. Is it because they feel their positions are being threatened? Doesn't my word sound reasonable? Bring Tang Yeonmyeong here now. There's no need to fuss. I am here. You, Third Elder, and other elders as well, did you not visit the Elder Council? You dare to claim the seat of the future leader of the family? That should not be occupied without our permission. I have already proven my qualifications by winning the competition. We are currently verifying fairness at the Stealth and Poisons Hall overseeing the competition. What more do you need? What? As I heard, you have a nasty nature. A nasty nature? What kind of language is that to use in front of the family elders, branch leader? If you want to live, you must confess everything that happened within the Solitude exam. I heard that what happens in the competition is unspeakable. Seems the weight of the family rules is lighter than expected. Or do you think I gained an unfair advantage? I heard it on the way here from the Jegal Lord. There was interference from the Dark Sword sect and nearly 300 Dark Sect villains. If there was outside interference, how can you say the competition was fair? Tang Yukrin and Tang Yongyong killed other participants, and I ended the competition by killing them. Their intervention was after the competition, so fairness isn't an issue. What did you just say? Who killed whom? If you find it hard to believe, why not go to Gangdong Mountain yourself? If the Gangdong sect hasn't cleaned up, the bodies should still be there. You fool. You brought all this upon yourself. Do you find that hard to believe? How could this be? My demon-killing poison was blocked with just one hand. It possesses a toxicity that robs one of sight and hearing upon contact. How could it be thwarted so easily? Could it be? Has he surpassed the internal strength I've cultivated for decades? Impossible! How dare you? You dare to mock me, an elder? Where did you get that? Do you know what this is? It must be baffling. The poison bottle that you gave to your granddaughter came from my hand. If it were just a simple poison bottle, one might overlook it, but this is the Tang family's top 10 poison. The Tang family's top 10 poison? Elder, could the contents of that bottle possibly be? Yes, they call it Fire Dragon's poison. No wonder I felt such a strong, fiery energy as the bottle burned. Isn't the storage managed by the third elder? I shall bury it in the burial brigade. Is the Tang family's top 10 poison so trivial that it can be used for personal greed? Absolutely not. From what I know, it is dangerous enough to challenge even the most skilled warriors in the martial realm. With its recipe being lost, the remaining top 10 poisons are all the more precious. In the Tang family, they hold more value than any gold or treasure. Thus, using the top 10 poisons for personal gain warrants severe punishment. What are you saying now? How dare you mention severe punishment to an elder of the clan? What are you doing? Seize those men. So it is. Even if you hold the title of elder, do not think you can evade the clan's rules. You will die honorably. At least, in the afterlife, your granddaughter awaits you. You corrupt elders of the clan! What right do you have to judge the seat of the family head? I will decide where I stand. Truly outrageous. Who else can stand so boldly before the elders? The fate of the Tang family may change here. How dare you? What are you doing? You dare to kill a senior of the clan. Can't you restrain that man right now? Grand Elder Tang Sokdung, do you know that your disciple has endangered the Tang family? What are you talking about? Did you really not know that he was a spy for the Dark Moon Sword sect? What nonsense, now you're framing him? You must have heard that the Dark Moon Sword sect invaded the contest area. Did you conspire with the enemies? What evidence do you have? I will tell you. Aren't you the son of the vice director? Why? Because I am the sole witness who can prove he is a spy. Before meeting Yeon Myung in the isolation hall, I fought with Tang Yukrin and got these wounds. As you can see, these wounds cannot be made by poison arts or stealth techniques, because he used a sword technique. At that time, I did not realize it. But perhaps what he used was not a double sword technique. That's just your guess. It's not mere speculation, Grand Elder. I once saw Mok Inhu using a sword technique from a distance. Most of those attacked by him were badly mangled, but the relatively intact bodies were very similar to the sword technique that this child had faced. Yes, moreover, before he tried to kill me, he confessed he was a spy and called himself Mok Ingek. Make Ingjek? Wasn't that the name of a discarded bastard? The child born to a maid, as rumors say. So it's really true? I thought of using you as a witness, but I never expected you to step forward first. I owe you my life. It's only right to repay it. Thank you. This will make things easier. Yukrin, that child is really a spy? No, that's not the important thing right now. If I stay like this, I won't be safe either. Elder Junyong, block that man. What is Elder Peryong doing? Do you not plan to avenge the third elder? Will you just watch from the sidelines? Don't act rashly. Evidence has already been presented, and you're still acting disgracefully. I don't know anything about it. Isn't my situation different from the third elders? Is your status so light that you can just ignore it? Even if Tang Yukrin becomes the family head and the Tang family falls into the hands of the Dark Moon Sword sect, will you continue to claim ignorance? Grand Elder, you cannot escape the accusation of harboring a spy. Normally, your Dantian should be destroyed to cripple your martial arts, but since there's no evidence of your collusion, the punishment will end here. I appreciate your mercy. He was so fast I couldn't even see it with my own eyes. Is he also skilled in swordsmanship? But he didn't notice as I pretended to stop the bleeding and extracted the poison. Among the Tang family's top poisons, the formless poison is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and extremely poisonous. As befits its name, the opponent won't know they've been poisoned until symptoms appear. Although not as potent as the complete formless poison, it's a formless poison I've crafted over half my lifetime. No matter your skill level, you won't survive the poison's potency. It'll kill you without you even knowing what hit you. You really do all sorts of things. Could it be? What is this madness now? Didn't you say with your own mouth that you would consider mercy, and now you claim you have the right to ascend as the family head? Wait, just a moment. What is that? The severed hand of Grand Elder? The object fallen next to the hand. Is it a poison bottle? To think a Grand Elder would feign stopping blood flow to launch a poison attack. Utterly disgraceful. Family head, please. Grand Elder Tang Sok Jung. By attempting to assassinate the family head and disrupt the clan, you will be deemed a traitor and punished severely. You all are not above the laws of the Tang family. If any of you disregard the family's laws again by using your position, I will personally execute justice. The Tang family has declined, and it would not be strange if it collapsed at any moment in this situation. There is one thing I can promise you here. I will ensure that the members of the Tang family are not exposed to the threats of evil sects or demonic cults, and that they can live in peace in this land of Sichuan. So, I ask not the elders, but all of you who ready you acknowledge me as the rightful family head of the Tang family. What are you saying? Tang Jihai's residence. Calm down and speak slowly. Really? Did Yan Myung? Did he really win the family head contest? And that's not all. Judging by the elders' reactions, they acknowledged him as well. I can't believe it. I can't forget that scene. Everyone at the Stealth and Poisons Hall acknowledged him. He truly has grown up splendidly. Moreover, he resembles the young lady from his youth, doesn't he? Our Yeon Myung has. Longrang, if he were alive to hear this news, if he were here, he would have been so proud. I wanted to rush to Mother and tell her of my survival. But as family head, there were mountains of tasks to handle. As per the family head's orders, subsequent events and issues will be handled at the Stealth and Poisons Hall, and key decisions will require the family head's approval. Initially, the real power held by the elders was transferred to the Stealth and Poisons Hall. The elders looked displeased, but none openly showed their dissatisfaction. Though it is clear the family head's character is exceptional, his experience is not yet vast. How about I act as a regent until the family head finishes growing? Only Elder O expressed concerns. Elder O's words make sense. They don't want to lose their power and are using my lack of experience and years as an excuse. Let's decide later who will take over the regency. If there's no further discussion, we shall conclude the transfer of authority here. They won't make it easy, though. Moreover, following the investigation, the smuggling of Fire Draken's poison by the Third Elder was proven true, raising doubts about the Elder Council's management capabilities. The status before the contest has diminished. The management of the poisons has also been assigned to the Stealth and Poisons Hall. The elders, having lost most of their authority, were left with only their respective military forces. Since there was no interest in collecting them, the military forces will continue to be managed by the elders. However, from now on, the elders should bear the cost of maintaining the military forces themselves. If there is a budget allocated through the vice director, remove it. Since the direct command troop and sovereign spirit troop have lost their affiliation due to the death of an elder, and no one has taken responsibility, the two forces will be combined into the shadow troop and will be assigned to the Stealth and Poisons Hall. The mission was also changed to external defense, and the salaries under the elders were adjusted to match those of existing guards. Though there were those who voiced discontent with their treatment, forget the privileges you once had. Your military strength is negligible. If you don't want to be dismissed, fulfill the responsibilities of your assigned duties. Neglecting duties with unreasonable excuses or causing friction with existing external warriors will lead to severe punishment. It wasn't hard to silence them. A few days later, I heard you called for me, family head. To think you would use force and legitimacy to topple the Elder Council. It's become pointless to relay the contest's circumstances to the elders. No one may know about the fraud committed during the contest, but still, my mouth goes dry. One wrong word and I cannot escape disaster. I've been busy these past few days and neglected you all somewhat. Also, there's something I'd like to ask of you. Is he really number? Why so surprised? Oh, is it because of the clothes? The subordinates have been fussing about dressing appropriately for the position. He isn't even officially the family head yet, but it seems he's declaring who owns the Tang family. But what is this request? I've heard that the defensive formations of the Jekyll family are so remarkable that unwanted guests can't even enter and wander for life. Well, what I experienced was different. But still, I'd like to have that formation installed here. To keep the riffraff of evil sects at bay, I'm sorry to say this, but the main clan's formations cannot be installed without the head's permission. Installing formations requires precious items passed down as family treasures, and maintaining it requires several formation masters, which the main house may not have the capacity for. As for installing the formation, what is this, family head? Why are you doing this? I already know your deal with Tang Yongyong. Despite being able to stop the invasion of the Dark Moon Sword sect, you chose not to block it. Did you think I would just overlook it? I won't say much. Install a defense similar to the Jekyll family's in the Tang family's main inner quarters. Let this suffice for now. However, does this still sound like a mere suggestion? You should have heard of our family rules. The Tang family's rule is to return a grudge tenfold. That's why the elders met their death by my hand. I will count to 3. If I don't hear a positive response by then, I will personally go to the Jekyll family and hold Jekyll Changzin accountable for this incident. 1, 2. I will do it. Please, spare our family members. Good. I trust you'll proceed quickly. I wanted to call you in earlier, but there was more to handle than expected. It's late to call you now. What? Why did you call us, family head? What's with the formality now? When it's just us, do as we always do. Is that okay? If that's the case, just be formal, kids. You switch gears very fast. What's the reason you called us here? I just appointed Yuri's father as the chief officer. You've caught a golden opportunity, so shouldn't you seize it? Is this the power of the family head? Sure, that's what I want too. But is it really okay to confirm it just like that? There must have been opposition. Well, silencing the opposing voices wasn't difficult. But it would be troubling if what you said wasn't sincere. If he shows off our connection and neglects his duties or secretly embezzles... Never. My father is not that kind of person. Since it's decided, help your father adapt to the chief officer's duties. Thank you. Really, Yeonmyo. Well, if Yuri's father shows the capabilities he demonstrated, I will devote myself to the safety and prosperity of the Tang family, remembering the days when I was at the bottom of the chief office. Back then, the chief prioritized only his own safety. Then, there's no need to worry. Next, Mirio, Ijon. Tell us about your situation. That's why I called you. If there are those with outstanding abilities but are ostracized or rejected due to lack of connections with the elders, tell me. I plan to take them under me. It's odd to keep those close to the elders, isn't it? I don't really have anyone to recommend. Ijon, aren't you related to the Medicine King Hall? How is that place? Actually, I've been wondering whether to talk about the Medicine King Hall. Yeonmyo. It's related to you too. Me? Specifically, it's related to what happened to your father. The ones involved in your father's poisoning were the Medicine King Hall. You must have heard wrong. The Medicine King Hall? How dare they lay a hand on the family head's family? I'll split their heads. Continue with what you were saying. The Medicine King Hall is so secluded within the main house that not even the Elder Council's influence can reach there. All studies of medicine and toxicology are conducted there, and they maintain their finances through treating patients and selling medicinal materials. Even after the Heaven's Brilliance Demon Lord incident, the Tang family was able to survive thanks to the Medicine King Hall's robustness. The Medicine King Hall earns the funds necessary for the Tang family's maintenance costs. The leader of the Medicine King Hall was my grandfather. He was dismissed for some reason, right? That's right. You know about it, Mirio? During the time our grandfather was the leader, someone visited him daily. The father of Tang Yonmyong, Tang Long Riang, original name Ha Long Riang. It was your father. After the invasion by Heaven's Brilliance Demon Lord, as resentment toward the Medicine King Hall increased, he always stood up against those who slandered the Medicine King. However, since your father was a scholar without internal strength, the aftermath of turning a verbal fight into a physical one was evident on his body. Without internal strength, if one is hit by an attack carrying inner force, they can't dissipate the energy and end up suffering deep internal injuries. Still, my father fought back despite everything. That's when things escalated. At the time, the person holding the position of vice leader of the Medicine King Hall was vice leader Tank Il. A dispute broke out with Tank Il. He was caught by your father making unspeakable slanders about your mother. Clearly, it was the vice leader's fault. Instead of reflecting, he even tried to use martial arts when he was losing the argument, and it was only when my grandfather intervened that he could be stopped. Because of that incident, Tank Il was excluded from being a candidate for the next leader. Did he harbor resentment and poison him then? Yes. After that, he killed my father and began to overturn the Medicine King Hall. My grandfather, too, was poisoned by him and imprisoned. Such things happened, and it wasn't made known? Even if it's a secluded place, that's no excuse. Ever since he was poisoned, my grandfather has not been in his right mind. Therefore, even if I explained the situation, no one would step forward to help. That's why I entered the contest. During the 3 years of the contest, they wouldn't kill someone who knew the truth about the incident. I want to go see my grandfather's condition right now, but I'm too afraid to... I'm sorry, Yeonmyung. It seems hard to find the talents you seek in the Medicine King Hall. Do you know why that vice leader kept your grandfather alive? It would have been easier to silence him by killing him. If I'm right, perhaps there's a secret division within the Medicine King Hall that even the elders don't know about. An inner pill made from a mythical creature known to live in lava. That is named the 10,000-year fire carp. 10,000-year fire carp. Does that actually exist? What's an inner pill anyway? It's just an item that enhances internal strength. It's not that simple. About 100 years ago, there's a tale that tells of the lesser lord of the fiery Sunday Palace taking the inner pill of the 10,000-year fire carp and achieving tremendous fiery energy, ascending to the realm of fire. Even though the fiery Sunday Palace has now vanished into history under the influence of the Heavenly Demon sect, it might be an exaggeration. But it's true that he reached the realm of fire by taking the inner pill. The story has been passed down to later generations like us. The inner pill of a mythical creature inevitably contains strong poison. If taken without neutralizing the poison 9 out of 10 times, it leads to death. If you clumsily attempt to remove the poison, it could diminish the efficacy of the pill. Indeed, can the efficacy of the inner pill be preserved without removing the poison by anyone, except your grandfather, the former leader? Yes. The current leader's goal is to consume the complete inner pill and ascend to the fire realm. Afterwards, he plans to lead his followers out of the Tang family and become the head of his own sect. That's nothing less than rebellion. Foolish man. Even if he gains strength beyond his level from the inner pill, the realm he seeks to achieve without true enlightenment is precisely the fire realm. During the 3 years we spent together, I never noticed because you never showed it. Yet despite what happened, you still smiled in front of us. First of all, thank you. It must have been hard to talk about. I'm truly grateful you spoke honestly. Just one more thing to ask. If we purge the current members of the Medicine King Hall and restore your grandfather's strength, can the Medicine King Hall function properly as before? If it's just that your grandfather was poisoned, I can do something about it. So, Ijeon, just give me your answer. It's possible. I don't consider myself less capable than the current leader. If a few prominent figures in medicine are recruited, I can teach them. Okay, that will do. Mirio, can we finish up your story after dealing with the Medicine King Hall? Of course. Let's head to the Medicine King Hall right away. Are you sure? You haven't yet visited your mother since coming to the main house. She'll understand. As the family head, I cannot leave a conspirator to his own devices. And above all, she wouldn't want me to stand idly after hearing what my friend has endured. I'll completely erase the Medicine King Hall that you used to know from the Tang family. So, the son of Tang Longriang has become the family head? This is an annoying development. Well, it was before he was even born. So, he wouldn't know that I dealt with his father. Still, it's troubling that Tang Yijan hasn't returned to the Medicine King Hall yet. She's not the type to abandon her own grandfather. However, she must value her own life above all else. While I can kill her any time, the problem is the inner pill, to fully absorb the inner pill's energy and reach the fire realm. That damn old man won't open his mouth even if he regains his sanity, which disrupts my plans. Should I try removing the poison myself? Number, if I mess up, I could lose the entire inner pill. I need to find a better solution, Chief. Quiet. What's all this noise in the clan? The family head is. What are you doing? Don't let a single one escape. Kill them all. The family head is rampaging through the hall. Why are you doing this to us? Have you forgotten where you are? Ajin, did you find him? No. I searched everywhere in the Medicine King Hall. There isn't a trace of my grandfather. Speak. Where have you hidden my grandfather? We don't know. Wan Yuan. Who are you trying to fool with those shifty eyes? Don't test my patience. Go ahead and keep pretending. We only need one mouth to talk anyway. After the contest began, the current leader instructed us to imprison the former leader in Noaik. You imprisoned my grandfather in a place like this? This place was made to isolate those suspected of being infectious. But due to its cold and damp environment, it was closed because it worsened their conditions. Aijin and I are going into Noaik. Bangui Brigade, clean up here and wait at the entrance. We will obey the family head's orders. Family head, please show mercy. We were wrong, please. Arg, family head, Arg. It's deep. Was it carved into a cave? Noaik is a fitting name for this place. We're almost there. This is the entrance to Noe. He has to be okay. What if we're already too late? Don't worry, he's alive. Yes, I just found him. Ahoji, it's me, grandfather. Ijon is here. Step aside, Aijin. Grandfather! This can't be. He wasn't like this before the contest. They must have used the mountain-subduing poison. Calm down. We came to save your grandfather. Besides the mountain-subduing poison, what else did they use? Thunderbolt idiocy poison. Poison that affects the brain, meant to make one an idiot, rather than kill them. The poison is not strong, but it spreads throughout the body and penetrates the brain, making antidotes ineffective without early intervention. There's no proper way to. All right. It will be simple. Just hold him steady. If Lion injects his inner energy into his grandfather's body, it devours all the poison within the body. My poison-devouring frenzy has devoured extreme poisons many times. Let's avoid causing further harm to grandfather's frail body and just absorb the poison. His breathing is returning. His complexion is improving too. Now, rise up. Where am I? Oh, isn't this my granddaughter, Aijin? And beside him, Zuk Longriang, is that really you? So, you are Longriang's son and now the family head? Yes, that's right. I heard the situation from Aijin. You looked after my father. Truly, fate works in mysterious ways. A child who couldn't even see his father's face because of my fault ends up saving me. Longrang, your son has grown up wonderfully with the young lady. If only you had lived to see this. But I hope the news reaches the heavens. Even though I am a feeble old man, may I devote myself to serving the family head? Of course. The reason I came here today was to arrange new positions for the leader and Aiyong. Now, let's go out. There are people waiting to see you. How can that old man stand so firmly? Could it be the family head? How can you mercilessly harm the members of the Medicine King Hall? He's the one who killed the elders without hesitation. A clash of forces won't end well. Don't you know that the Medicine King Hall earns the funds to maintain the Tang family? Do you really wish for the Tang family to collapse? Even after seeing where I'm coming from, you plan to play dumb? Is that enough for your last words? Any final messages? Move aside. Damn it. Damn it. How did he make it this far up? If I stay here, I'll die. My body can't move. That's the heart-severing flame poison. It was made by Jian. How about it? Isn't her skill enough to replace you? You probably can't even hear me now. Well then, now for the remaining ones. Bongwi Brigade. Yes. Erase the Medicine King Hall.